All right, so we're going to look at patterns in the periodic table for naming and identifying a group of polyatomic ions. Polyatomic, poly means many, atomic little word atom. So we're talking about ions that have more than one atom. That means that collectively a group of atoms have gained or lost electrons. In this case, these are all anions with negative charge, meaning that they have gained one or more electrons. Sorry, go ahead.
The pattern that we're going to be looking at today is going to be with the elements with oxygen atoms, and this is going to be kind of the baseline of all the other patterns that you're going to be learning for how we name these.
This is called the T41 or the T43 pattern. The T is up here in blue, containing boron, carbon, nitrogen, and silicon. The 4 is in red, and that's phosphorus, arsenic, sulfur, selenium, and tellurium. And then the 1 is chlorine, bromine, and iodine. You can think of it like a 3 for pattern purposes, but we're just talking about, again, chlorine, bromine, and iodine. Okay, chlorine, bromine, iodine. There's our 3. Okay, so the T, we're just going to look at boron, carbon, nitrogen, and silicon first. So we're going to start by putting our oxygens. All the elements in the T have 3 oxygens. So this group of ions all ends with the suffix ate, A-T-E. So these are all 8s. Boron, this ion is called borate. Carbon, this ion is called carbonate. Nitrogen, nitrate. Silicon, silicate. Okay? Notice that in the T section, all 4 of these ions have 3 oxygens, and we start with the charge -3, -2, -1. So there's our pattern, 3, 2, 1. Anything in that column gets the same charge. So carbonate and silicate both have a -2 charge.
As you're going to see with later rules that there are going to be changes with the oxygens, so you might change the number of oxygen atoms in here, but that's not going to affect the charge of that particular ion.
So next we're going to look at the 4. And so the 5 ions here all have 4 oxygens, hence the 4. So we've got tellurium or tellurate.
Tellurate. Say that 10 times fast.
Tellurate. Arsenic, arsenate. Selenium, selenate. Sulfur, sulfate. And phosphorus, phosphate. Okay. Now, notice that all of these have 4 oxygens, and we're going to put our 1 or our 3 in here also, and then we'll talk about charge. So iodine, iodate.
Bromine, bromate. Chlorine, and that's chlorate.
Now, the reason we said, they make a 1, those elements, however, we're calling this the 3 because each of the ions in that section have 3 oxygens. So T has 3 oxygens, 4 has 4 oxygens, and then the 3 has 3 oxygens. So we talked about the pattern of the charge up here, 3, 2, 1. Anything in the same column has the same charge. Starting with the 4, here's our pattern again, 3, 2, 1. Anything in the column gets the same charge. So -3, -2, and -1. And again, all of these ions are called 8. These are sort of the basic ions. We'll be learning more rules for ions that end in -ite, start with per and hypo, but that's a story for another day.
Thank you.